The masked operative circled Mahomes like a predator stalking its prey. His movements were calculated, methodical, each step radiating menace. Mahomes clenched his fists, heart pounding. He wasn't a soldier, but his instincts on the field had always guided him. This wasn't so different. It was just a game with higher stakes. "You're out of your league," the operative sneered, "but I'll give you credit for guts." Mahomes scanned the terrain, looking for an opening. His eyes flicked to a broken metal rod lying near a pile of debris. "Yeah, well, I don't quit," Mahomes shot back, feinting to the left. The operative lunged, slashing with the knife. Mahomes dodged by inches, his instincts sharper than ever. In one fluid motion, he dove for the rod, gripping it tightly as he rolled to his feet. "Let's see how you handle a little improv," Mahomes said, channeling his game day swagger. The operative's eyes gleamed behind the mask. "Impressive, but it won't save you." The two clashed, Mahomes wielding the rod like a makeshift staff, deflecting the operative's blade with desperate precision. Sparks flew as metal met metal. Each strike sent vibrations through Mahomes's arms, but he refused to back down. Suddenly, the operative's knife sliced through Mahomes's vest, grazing his side. Pain flared, but Mahomes gritted his teeth and countered with a powerful swing, knocking the knife from the operative's hand. The operative staggered but recovered quickly, launching a brutal punch. Mahomes absorbed the blow, channeling his last reserves of strength. With a quarterback's precision, he delivered a crushing strike to the operative's jaw, sending him crashing to the ground. Mahomes stood over him, breathing hard. Game over. But instead of fear or defeat, the operative laughed, a chilling mechanical sound. "You've got heart, Mahomes. That's why they chose you." Mahomes frowned. "What are you talking about?" The operative reached up, pulling off his mask to reveal a shockingly familiar face. Mahomes's breath caught in his throat. It was his former college coach, the man who had mentored him, guided him to greatness. "Coach," Mahomes whispered in disbelief. "What the hell is this?" The coach's eyes were cold, devoid of the warmth Mahomes once knew. "It's bigger than you, Patrick. Always was. I trained you for this, even if you didn't know it." Mahomes shook his head, anger flaring. "You betrayed everything we stood for." The coach smiled grimly. "No, I'm showing you the truth. You're playing for the wrong side, but you'll see that soon enough." Before Mahomes could respond, a flashbang detonated nearby, blinding him with light. When his vision cleared, the coach was gone, leaving only chaos and unanswered questions. Harper's voice crackled in his earpiece. "Mahomes, are you okay?" Mahomes gripped the comm unit. "I'm fine, but we've got a bigger problem than we thought." Trump's voice cut in. "What happened, kid?" Mahomes' voice was steady, filled with resolve. "They just made it personal." The dust hadn't settled, but Mahomes was already moving, his side throbbing from the gash left by his former coach's knife. He sprinted back toward the command center, every step fueled by a storm of questions. Why was Coach part of this conspiracy? How deep did this rabbit hole go? And most importantly, why him? Trump and Harper were waiting as he burst through the doors. The glow of surveillance monitors bathed the room in flickering light. "You look like hell," Trump said, though there was a flicker of admiration in his eyes. "But I'll give you this. You've got guts." Mahomes ignored the comment, his voice hard. "We need to talk. Now." Harper gestured to a secure briefing room. "Let's debrief." As the heavy door sealed behind them, Mahomes laid it all out. The ambush, the masked operative, and the shocking revelation of his former coach's involvement. Harper's eyes darkened. "Coach Daniels?" "That's unexpected. He was clean, no connections to any of the usual suspects." "Looks like we missed something," Mahomes said bitterly. Trump tapped his fingers on the table. This changes everything. If they've turned someone that close to you, it means they've been planning this for a long time. Mahomes leaned forward, his voice steady. Coach said I was playing for the wrong side. What does that mean? Harper exchanged a glance with Trump. It means there's a deeper division within this conspiracy than we realized, she said. Not everyone wants to maintain the old system. Some want to burn it all down and rebuild it in their image. Trump nodded. They see you as a symbol, Mahomes, someone who could lead that charge or stop it. Mahomes's jaw clenched. So what's the play? How do we stop them? Trump's eyes gleamed. Glad you asked. We take the fight to them. Harper pulled up a map on the screen. Our intel suggests their next move will be at the Global Sports Summit in Dubai. Every major player in sports, media, and finance will be there. Mahomes raised an eyebrow. And you think they're planning something big? Harper's expression was grim. We're sure of it, and you're our ticket inside. Mahomes let out a sharp breath. You want me to go undercover? Trump grinned. Think of it like calling an audible at the line of scrimmage. High risk, high reward. Mahomes leaned back, weighing his options. He'd always thrived under pressure, but this was different. The stakes were global, and the consequences were deadly. But one thing was clear. They were coming for him whether he fought back or not. Fine, he said, determination hardening his voice. I'm in, but we do this my way. Harper nodded. Deal, but you're going to need more than a good arm. We'll get you trained and equipped. Trump smirked. I always knew you were a winner, Mahomes. Let's go make history. Again. The glittering skyline of Dubai stretched into the horizon, a testament to modern opulence. The Global Sports Summit was in full swing, a dazzling event filled with billionaires, athletes, and media moguls. Mahomes, dressed in a sharp, tailored suit, moved through the crowd with practiced ease. Harper's voice crackled in his earpiece. Everything clear on your end? So far, Mahomes murmured. No sign of trouble. Trump, disguised in a surprisingly tasteful outfit, sipped a martini from across the room. Keep your head on a swivel, kid. They won't make the first move until they think they've got the advantage. Mahomes scanned the room, his senses heightened. The tension was palpable, like the final minutes of a tied championship game. And then he saw him. Coach Daniels, standing near a group of high-profile executives, his expression calm but calculating. Mahomes's heart pounded. I see him. Coach is here. Harper's voice was sharp. Stay on him, but don't engage. Yet. Mahomes's jaw tightened. No promises. As Daniels turned and locked eyes with him, a slow smile spread across the coach's face. The game was far from over. The opulent ballroom hummed with the chatter of power brokers and industry titans, the scent of expensive cologne mingling with the faint aroma of champagne. Crystal chandeliers cast shimmering reflections on marble floors as waiters in crisp uniforms glided through the crowd. But Mahomes wasn't dazzled by the luxury. His eyes were locked on Coach Daniels, who stood near a massive digital display featuring highlights from recent global sports events. Stay cool, Mahomes, Harper's voice crackled in his earpiece. We need intel, not a scene. Trump's voice cut in, low but amused. Unless it's a tremendous scene. Then I say go for it. Mahomes ignored the banter. His instincts told him that something was about to go down. Daniels moved smoothly through the crowd, shaking hands with media moguls and league executives. It was a who's who of global sports power. Mahomes's heart raced as he tailed Daniels discreetly. The coach slipped through a side door marked Authorized Personnel Only. I'm going in, Mahomes whispered. Harper's tone was sharp. Wait for backup. No time, Mahomes said, already pushing the door open. Mahomes found himself in a dimly lit corridor that led to a high-tech control room. Massive screens displayed live feeds from around the summit, security footage, biometric scans, and encrypted communications. Daniels stood at the center, flanked by two imposing operatives. "Mahomes," Daniels said without turning around. "I knew you'd come." Mahomes stepped forward, his voice steady. "What's the play, coach? What are you really after?" Daniels sighed, turning to face him. "You always were a competitor, Patrick, but this game is bigger than touchdowns and trophies. It's about reshaping the world, breaking the stranglehold of corrupt leagues and media conglomerates. And you're doing that by blowing everything up," Mahomes challenged. Daniels' eyes gleamed. "Sometimes you have to destroy the old to build something better." Mahomes shook his head. "You sound just like them, the people you claim to be fighting." Daniels took a step closer. "Join me, Patrick. You have influence, charisma, and the respect of millions. Together, we can lead this revolution." Mahomes's jaw tightened. "I already have a team, and it's not yours." Daniel's expression darkened. "Then you leave me no choice." He gestured to the operatives, who advanced with lethal intent. The final play, Mahomes's mind raced. He couldn't outfight them, but maybe he could outthink them. "Come on, Mahomes," he muttered to himself. "Read the defense." He spotted a fire suppression system on the wall, an idea forming in his head. As the first operative lunged, Mahomes juked to the side just as he would on the field. The move bought him enough time to slam his fist into the emergency release valve. White fog exploded into the room, blinding everyone. Mahomes moved on instinct, dodging wild strikes and disarming one operative with a well-placed elbow. The second stumbled in the chaos, and Mahomes drove him into a control console, sparks flying. Daniel's voice cut through the haze. "This isn't over, Mahomes." Mahomes squinted through the fog but saw Daniels slipping out a back exit. "Harper," he said into his earpiece, breathing hard. "Daniels is on the move." "We're tracking him," Harper replied. "You did good, Mahomes. Now get back here." The summit was secure, the threat neutralized, for now. Mahomes stood on the rooftop, looking out over the glittering Dubai skyline. Trump approached, his expression uncharacteristically thoughtful. "Hell of a performance, kid. You saved a lot of people today." Mahomes exhaled. "It's not over. Daniels is still out there." Trump nodded. "True, but we've got momentum now, and you're part of something tremendous." Harper joined them, her expression serious. "We've already got leads on Daniels. When the time comes, we'll need you, Mahomes." Mahomes looked between them, the weight of everything settling on his shoulders. "I'm in," he said firmly. "But next time, let's keep it simple. Maybe just a Hail Mary or two." Trump laughed, spoken like a true champion. As the stars shimmered over Dubai, Mahomes knew one thing for certain. This was just the beginning of a whole new game. And he was ready to win. The end,